there, nerd. All alone again tonight? Well, let me make sure you can have some company. Go to your phone and look up Awful Neutral Podcast. Leave me a message of what you want us to do. You can leave your comment wherever you want.
Awful Neutral is 5 gold for the first minute and 7 gold for each additional minute. Credit card fees may apply. We do not guarantee happiness. God is a lie.
I'll even give you advantage.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to Awful Neutral. Hello and welcome to the Awful Neutral Podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Damian Mercado. With me, as always, is Dave Callens as...
Kevin, I forgot my name for a second. Kevin, Tabaxi Paladin.
No shame about that, man. Just been doing this for 20 weeks, man. No shame at all.
No shame.
Jesse Egan as...
Bingsley, Chud.
Love the punctuation.
Chud Bingsley.
Caleb Cleveland as...
Dong. Total Paladin. 100%. Total Paladin.
We're multi-classing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was like a barbarian or something.
No, I'm not that. I'm a total barbarian.
Yeah, we caught you stealing
Totally.
valor a second ago.
Excuse me, young man.
Pretending you took an oath you didn't take.
Damn. Here's your
Where'd you serve?
uniform back.
Really? What order were you part of, bro?
Yeah, well, the Order of St. Initius actually broke down 20 years before then, so I don't know where you're getting that from.
Hey, I committed suicide. I'm one of them guys.
My friends used to jump with them. I've seen a lot of those stories.
Oh, sorry. I'm a total barbarian is what I meant to say.
He's the total package.
Sorry about that.
He's a total liar. That's what he is.
Oh, I'm a level 5 total liar.
Salvador Viesca as...
Lothario de la Pulga.
Oh, I don't do voices. I'm sorry.
Just on the intro.
Lothario got yoked.
I cannot wait for
Disturbing.
more interactions between Lothario and his brother Blothario.
Lothario.
I've actually have some fun things planned coming up.
I got to think of more brother names.
Flothario.
Just they don't all have to
Yeah,
be Tharios.
Lothario.
Yeah, she
All
sells
except for one is
Yeah,
Lothario has the best hair.
and Todd.
And then there's Todd.
Lothario sells insurance for Progressive.
Screw Todd. Yeah.
Their names like led them to the job they eventually.
Grothario is a tumor surgeon.
Thank God.
Sort of underdeveloped kid named Slothario.
Yeah.
Oh no, no Thario.
Nothario was
Yeah, well.
brother that was miscarried.
Oh no. God damn it.
One of the brothers
I
had
was-
a lot of Harry's
I was going to go there. I'm so glad I didn't. Thanks.
I got your back, Caleb.
Do you?
How about Fashothario?
I was thinking,
Like Brothario is like the head of a fraternity somewhere. Just 2 white claws in his hand.
Kevin's going to accidentally kill him.
Yes.
Then you have that one goth brother, Crothario.
God damn it. That's great.
What about
walks
Larry
around in
Curly
white makeup.
Mothario?
There it is.
Is this going to be another hour?
Sorry.
On with the show, Thario. Let's go.
AG could not be here today. She had an emergency with the Muller She Wrote podcast, so she's handling that. Clint is at a wedding on the East Coast, and Gertrude is currently seducing men in Europe. And by Gertrude, I mean Sara Lee Steiner, but it really is there a difference.
No.
We pick up in the private room in the inn, which was occupied by Lothario and two ladies, possibly Snooki and some
J-Wow.
other bridge and tourney. Yeah, bridge and tunnel. There we go, J-Wow.
J-Wow and Snooki.
You know what? Yeah, let's just say
some
that.
quality women.
Yeah.
It's just
quality.
pronounced Joao.
Wow.
Lothario had spent the
If
last...
we're going to follow Kevin's naming.
Wow.
Lothario spent last adventure... Lothario spent last episode tearing up J-Wow and... And what was his the other?
Snooky.
And Snooky.
Was I drunk? Did I have an excuse?
Unbelievable.
To be fair, with the way he
I was just
rolled,
thirsty.
the way he rolled when he originally met these ladies, that they were actually very attractive. They just happened to have sounded like Jersey Shore.
That's right.
All right,
That's right. So they're not wife material.
No, they are threesome at an inn material.
Fantasy.
Who's not? Come on.
That's true.
Lothario engaged in Sting-style tantric sex, which detained him for the entirety of the evening. Which, by the way, Lothario, you take 1 point of exhaustion because you did not sleep last night.
Works for me. Clarification: Sting style. Does that mean like I had a baseball bat? Like I was covered in makeup? Is that like a
Are you
sex
like
move?
the only person that doesn't know that reference?
Oh,
He
yeah,
apparently used to have
Sting.
sex for hours
Message
and
in
hours.
a bottle. Slow Thario.
I Me Too'd him. I wrote him out of my mind. I went back and listened to the old police songs. And,
After one
they're problematic.
tantrically
Don't stand
beat-
so close to me. He's putting that stress on the student.
Unless you want it to be Sting the Wrestler. Do you want it to be Sting the Wrestler?
No, I mean that's the only
Who also
reference
loves tantric
I
sex.
totally forgot Sting
Change your name
existed.
to
No, this
Crow
is great.
Thario.
Well, there we are in the room. It's roughly 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's time to go time.
Go
Lothario has JWoww on one side and Snooky on the other. Lothario has opened his eyes only after nodding off for probably only 20 minutes. He's very tired, but the light coming through the window is keeping him up.
I know I can't sleep through this.
Yeah.
So do I investigate to see if I can sneak out of here? Is that the move? I'm sure the last thing I want to hear is their voices in the morning as I have like.
Give me a
You need
stealth
to do
check.
you need to do
Stealth
like an
check.
escape roll.
Yeah, I need to see
Turn
your...
yourself into liquid so you can like slither out from underneath them.
14, and then I think my modifier is like 21.
Lothario might be
That's not
part
happening.
steak or Yon T because the way he slithered out from under the blankets, he has an arm under each lady's shoulder. He almost unhinges his joints as he's able to slide his arms out from under their head and is able to, like the ultimate Jenga move, where he's able to move out from between these two ladies without barely disturbing the blanket on top of him.
Oh, it's like that scene in The Grinch where he slithers through the packages.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I'm for some reason green in this. For some reason, there's just something in the drink.
Well, Joel has
a
some
red
kind of
belt
STD
in-
that maybe-
or a brown belt in shame.
Joel.
food.
Lothario gets dressed and his heart shrinks 3 sizes that day.
That's a symptom actually of what Joao gave me.
It wasn't as hard. It was whatever.
Yeah. Lothario puts on his boots ever so carefully, gets dressed in his elaborate...
Can we pan the camera back and there's like a Lothario like sculpted out of pillows with like a goatee or something like that on a coin, 2 silver pieces for each of them where the eyes would be.
I love that.
Can we have a scene when they wake up to that? Like,
Can we just shift to that adventure now? Let's just follow Joao and Snooky.
Oh my God, Lothario turned into coins. What happened?
did I lose a tooth?
Did you get cursed again?
It always happens. I was going to take him to meet my mom.
I should really send Hudson Hawk to go wake up Lothario, don't you think?
So Lothario slithers his way out from the bed, gets dressed, opens the door quietly, and shuts it right behind him. Over the balcony, he can see the inn, which he
He
got
breaks the
drunk last
fourth
night.
wall and addresses the audience. That was a good night.
I wink at that.
There's Gonk and the like toasting something in the fire. He just like looks up,
Gross.
continues toasting something.
You were on the ship before, but at 11 o'clock in the morning, you were at this tavern.
That's right.
So I walk into the room that he's in, and can I do the tippy toe walk?
You are now in a crowded tavern. You were upstairs where it's pretty sparse, but down below you see people ordering meals, having drinks.
Hey, why is that guy tippy toeing?
Why does it sound like 2 fingers on piano keys?
So Lothario, you go down the stairs. When you reach the bottom of the stairs, you see the bartender from the night before. Your rooms are taken care of, but you still owe me for that dartboard, Lothario. I don't think no amount of drinking's gonna get you out of that.
There's like a scorch mark on the wall.
I like that. Look over, and I'm like,
I don't remember that.
yeah, I don't quite recall what I do to the dartboard.
Lothario's like,
I was pegging a different dartboard upstairs. What are you talking about?
Lothario's like, I must have been better than I remember.
Don't try to fast talk me now. That cat man said it was you.
Catman, fucking Kevin.
It's gonna be at least 10 gold, and we're upgrading the dartboard because nobody's ever done this much damage, and you damage the drywall behind it.
Don't I have like 1,000 gold or
You're pretty wealthy.
I think you got it.
You're pretty wealthy.
You should still try to talk her down, though.
I am. No, exactly. My finger was on the die.
You are.
I am gonna haggle her down.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
Well, I think I slipped because I rolled a 3.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious. Yeah,
But,
go with that. You got to go with that.
Persuasion plus 2.
Okay.
So a whole 5 persuasion.
Do it.
So like I'm exhausted. I lean on the counter. I'm
almost slips off.
trying to, yeah, exactly. I'm trying to give her that like that charm. 10 coins. I mean, come on. For that thing, how about 5? 5 sound good to you?
5, like the roll that I just made.
5 feels just.
I'm gonna need 12 gold.
Did you just go up on me?
You just.
No, wait a second. He rolled so bad, plus exhaustion, that he went the other way. It's like 10 gold. Come on. I can give you 12.
I'll give you 12. Yeah.
Wait, what was the number you said?
That's very generous of you. I'll accept 12.
All right. Yeah. All right. Here you go.
All right.
Done.
Well, thank you. She's actually grateful that this was resolved so quickly.
I swear to God, I don't remember breaking it, but
Gonna get you some hair of the dog.
how much is that gonna cost me?
Oh, on the house. You paid over the damages.
Down.
Up, down, clock.
Up, down, right, little reference.
She looks at you. I know exactly what you want, and she racially profiles you and brings back a michelada. Am I right? Am I right?
You're good. She's good. I just look at all the pages of the she's good. She's really bigoted.
I went heavy on the clam juice.
Nothing like clamato in the morning.
Is that what you got now?
What a wake up craving every day.
That's why I don't do this.
It's one of my favorite words, clamato.
She's dry heaving as she's pouring the clam.
My favorite
juice.
Ben and Jerry's flavor.
Well,
Dude, who thought clam juice ever? Like, who's like, dude, I got too many fucking clam juice.
Who picked up a clam is like, I bet I can juice this fucking solid thing.
It's a sea apple.
And they were right.
See apple.
yeah. I'll take another chilaquile like this fine gentleman has.
He says, swirling his Mountain Dew.
Right away. Do you know he's there? Or do you have you noticed each other yet?
I think, I kind of
Gonk
focused.
sort of like sidles over whether or not Lothario's even noticed him is up to him.
Yeah, she called my attention to the board. I kind of looked past them. I might not have really been cognizant.
So Gonk strolls up to Lothario, bartender hands Gonk the drink he just ordered.
Yeah, his shell contacts the bar. Everybody's drink shudders a little bit, and he's like,
Sorry.
Have you been overserved already? It's only 11 o'clock.
Oh, no, ma'am. Sir, ma'am.
Whatever. I'm a lady, damn it.
Poison. All right, then. So, Lothario.
he says, clapping a big scaly hand on Lothario's shoulder. Breathing like nice big briny morning breath on him.
The game is afoot. Are you up for it?
Lothario's just leaning back, trying not to breathe through your words.
Come on, man. We gotta get the others together. We gotta solve this mystery.
Yeah, sounds good. What was the mystery? Which mystery was this?
Don't you remember the missing vagrants? What they Oh, don't you worry. I got it all stored up in here.
He says, missing his forehead by
By 2 inches.
And then
Like,
he's like,
you pointed at the guy behind you, basically.
yeah, he's like,
It's like a vice. It's like a Miami vice up in there.
Yeah, it sounds good, dude.
Yeah, all we need to do is get the others together, and we're gonna go down into the sewers.
Okay, man, I'm still waking up. You're gonna have to give me a second. My brain's kind of turning on
Down into
right now,
the
but let's go.
You got to print up the turtles.
Don't you remember all the evidence that I gathered at the monastery of the Moratorium? First of all, what we need to do is locate the 4 turtles.
4 of them now. All right.
There's at
right.
least 4.
Shouldn't be hard. They're
4
big.
turtles
They're usually pretty
down
big.
in the sewers. And I found at least 4 distinct sets of tracks in the monastery.
Wholly unique turtle tracks.
Well, and then there's somebody shredding up all the homeless folk.
Turtles and shredding?
Turn them into cabbage, I swear.
Just then, 10 to 12 members of the Temple of Ouijas walk in, tears coming down their eyes. Their robes are more black and dark than they normally are, and they go and get a table in the back.
I pour a good mouthful of fizzy piss out on the ground. R.I.P.
Thanks, bro. From a teary-eyed cultist.
You gotta get in with the local culture around here.
Smart.
Lothario.
Very smart.
I'm gonna get everybody on the rock.
Okay.
Hold on.
On the Rocky Talkie?
Yeah. The Rocky Talkie.
He flips his Rocky Talkie. It's a rock. It doesn't open. He's like,
hey, Chud.
Go for Bingsley.
All right, there's them dulcet tones I've been looking for. Are you ready to get down to solve this here mystery case?
I was born ready.
Awesome.
He looks around.
Where are you?
Well, sir, I'm over here hanging with Gertrude and Tiffy and Kevin. We were getting Tiffy all dolled up. He looks like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I don't think he can go with us on this next thing because he's got low oil levels.
Too
Yep,
bad.
he ran a little bit low on oil after all that clothing modeling. So Kevin and I are headed over to the inn. We'll meet up with you.
Oh, you had one of them montages, huh?
We sure
They
did.
are exhausting.
That's why I just wear. He looks down.
A filthy towel.
You should have seen him in the sundress. Here, I'm gonna send you some pictures on the Rocky Talkie.
Can you do that?
Oops, that's my udder.
Oh, my goodness. No, I'm saving that one. Heart. All right.
I want
wait.
Allison to pull up in front of the inn and like a chariot and be like, "Get in, losers! We're going mystery solving."
That's a bummer. Oh, I love Tiffy. Tiffy's one of my favorites. Characters in this entire podcast. Shoot. Well, I guess bring the cat guy.
We're on the way. Oh, by the way, fellas, we had a plan to try to catch these demons that are killing all the vagabonds.
And all the chapter heads of the Ouijas.
Yeah, we
Are we
gotta
not?
get to the bottom of that. Anyway, we devised a plan to have Gertrude pose as a homeless hobo. And she didn't even have to change her clothes, so it worked out good. She's laying in the gutter right now, and
So she scraped off some of her dirt and
She
laid
did.
down in
We
the
actually
gutter.
had to get her better clothes.
yes, we
Yeah.
cleaned her up and bought her some new clothes, and now she looks homeless.
It is the hobo way.
So we gonna come over and grab you guys, and then we'll go back and check on her and see if she.
Should we all grab bindles, or is it just the one hobo?
I think it's just the one, really, but you could, I suppose, if you're needing the bindle. Anyway, we're on the way over. Travolta horse, I summon thee.
Oh, no!
He gets off the rock as quickly as possible.
And you hear Kevin scream.
Brace yourself.
Kevin's like, ah!
You actually hear screams coming from the crowd of people. Until sound cuts out from the rocky talkie. You make your way over to the
So
the
we
inn.
ride up, and when we appear, it's because Kevin is going to be on the back of
You
the
ever
horse
give a
with me,
man a
hopefully.
foot massage?
This time, when the Travolta horse shows up, the horse is also outfitted in the white jumpsuit that Travolta wore in Saturday Night Fever.
Nice.
Night fever.
And it has multiple legs, right?
Yeah, it has
One of
8
its
legs.
legs is like pointing to the sky.
Yeah, it does the disco point when it rolls up, and then we get off, and I make it disappear.
Guards start storming up, because they heard screaming coming from the town.
When the horse rides, you hear the.
Wow, that's one retro-ass nightmare steed, somebody said.
Yeah, it's got its own BG soundtrack. All right, here we are, and we pull up to the inn, and
Everybody in the
Travolta.
town staring at you guys as this is quite the spectacle.
We jump off, and I disappear the horse. Although we probably needed to. Well, you guys don't want it, so it's fine.
There's room for one more on the nightmare horse.
I suppose we'll walk.
Gonk dips his face into his giant paw. He's just like,
That shaves off another year. I'm out pretty long lived, thank goodness.
Kevin and Chud walk into the inn and see the destroyed dartboard from the night before. They also see Gonk and Lothario at the bar.
All right. How you doing, Lothario? Did you have a good night? You're looking rather exhausted, I gotta say.
I'm feeling a little bit better now. I got some hairy dog right here.
You know what I do have is a particular flavor of milk that's kind of like Monster Energy drink. You want some of that?
That sounds terrible. Yes, please.
It's not Red Bull, but it's Red Cow. So give it a try.
The bros from the Ouija Temple in the corner. This dude's got Monster Energy drink, bro. Can we get some, man? We've been up all night mourning, bro.
All right. Well, I brew them all up.
Crazy morning.
Some really weird green milk.
But it's like it's a specific monster in this world. It's like Minotaur energy. It's like, just what's a good random monster?
It's just my nightmare.
Filled with
horse's milk.
Minotaurine.
Carrion crawler.
Hey.
Yeah, it's carrion crawler energy drink.
Carrion crawler milk.
Carrion crawler energy drink.
There you go. And it's
Here you go, boys. This will give you wings or probably indigestion.
I thought you already got a giant dose of Clamato before, but I guess you're gonna get some more.
thanks, bro. And then he takes the glass that you've secreted of this green liquid. He drops a.
Without pause, too.
Yeah. He pours it into a few other glasses, orders some shots from the bar, and drops shots
Jaeger
of
into it or
drops Jaeger. And all of them go, "This is for Chad." And they throw it back.
I don't drink things that come out of friends of mine.
Is that a hard rule?
It didn't come out of me. It came out of a carrion crawler. I'm probably told you too much. Anyway, so we, I guess we just catch up real quick, and I fill them in on the plan overall to try to get these demons to come out of hiding. And I guess our basic plan is let's go back and check on her and see
Yeah,
if
we
she...
dropped her off somewhere on the way, right?
Yeah, she was in the gutter.
We're trying to protect her from
I think
a
what we want to do
vagabond
is
killer.
try to catch the demons or follow them back to their lair. So it might help if you stake out, like if you use your stealth
You had
abilities.
some of your
Yeah,
your Twilight fraternity brothers.
I'll tell you what, I'll use hidden step and turn invisible,
Couple
and you
Boom.
can use stealth, and let's try to
Hide in the shadows,
hide in the
kinda-
shadows, and catch these demons.
That works for me.
Roll me a
Surround them.
Roll me a stealth check with
And
her.
if, like I said, they don't need to put themselves in harm's way. But if you have any members of your shall we say, guild of thieves, as you will, to help us stake it out, would be much appreciated.
Should we?
Kevin can turn invisible too. You just got to hold your breath. Right?
You can turn invisible?
Yeah. So
Is
we
that
all
where he's been?
vanish, and I guess Gonk is just standing there.
Well, I feel like, all right. Then.
Maybe you could be a distraction, Gonk.
Gong holds his breath.
Okay, that's good.
Gonk does not turn invisible.
I'm helping.
But he thinks he is.
I'm pulling my weight.
And we're all good friends, so we pretend like he's in. Oh my God, where did Gonk go?
He's thinking, I'm doing my part.
The Emperor Gonk has new clothes. All right, so yeah.
Is this a mission big enough to warrant getting Thieves Guild help?
Could always try. Calling. You never know.
Yeah, I just don't know what kind of busy intersection we just chose to plant Gertrude in.
You
That's what's cracking me up. Like, you guys planted her first,
Yeah.
and then came to
left
get
her
us. So like, there's like an hour period where she could be.
Well, she's only right down
literally
the street.
murdered.
We didn't leave
Okay.
her very far. We can almost see her from where we are.
Okay.
It was more like they just didn't want to smell her in the carriage.
Chud, could you by any chance have your familiar send a message to my Thieves Guild buddies? We do that?
Now, maybe you just don't want to call your mother, but your mother did exchange numbers with you for Rocky Talk.
I don't want to call my mother.
Okay, excellent.
I don't want to call my mother.
Okay.
I want to make
Yeah.
it seem like that's
You bet.
that's part of it. And yeah,
I'll send Hudson, but first, and I say, Hudson, you are now a carrier pigeon, and he turns more pigeon-like.
he fattens up and just looks at you mad. Like, dude,
He fattens up and
He
he's
takes
like,
a
I
shit
was
on
a
your car."
hawk.
I can still do pigeon things as a hawk.
Go, Hudson, find the Thieves Guild. Don't get hit by any chocolates.
Get together, have a few laughs.
Hudson transforms from a majestic celestial hawk with a mohawk into a carrier pigeon,
Yes.
also celestial.
Also celestial, extremely fat, and with a real runs problem.
So he basically turned into the Gertrude of birds.
Yes.
See, I was
Gertrude.
Yeah. We pulled that.
Since he was a carrier pigeon, I pictured him carrying a satchel full of
Oh
letters.
yeah. He has
like
a
a
little
hat.
side man bag.
And he's got thick calves.
Jack Bauer.
Fucking crazy calves, like all mailmen do.
Can he be on a little bike in midair?
Like Elliot.
Yeah, he looks like Elliot.
If you could materialize the bike, I'll have you roll an animal handling check to see how well Hudson Hawk manipulates this bike.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
Hudson the pigeon gets on this bike, and just like Homer Simpson in that episode where he has to learn to be Krusty the Clown and ride that little itty bitty bicycle, he just keeps falling over each time.
He rides off on the bike. He doesn't even fly.
He's in the air. He's on the bike, but in the air.
No, you rolled too low. That did not happen.
We hear like the woodwinds.
I said, Lothario, it might be a
John
while. I don't think we're gonna get the Thieves Guild real quick, but
Yeah, he tries to fly off with the bike once and like crashes back to the ground. Tries it a second time. Finally, just looks back at you upset and just drops the bike and just flies off.
There's more ways of bullshit. That's all it is.
yeah.
Everybody drink.
You hear a drink from the Chads at the back of the room as they slam another beer.
Chud, real quick.
Yes, sir.
I didn't tell him where the Thieves Guild was, so where's he going?
He has no idea.
He just rode away.
He's just
Riding along.
But he's determined he'll find
if
it.
he sees anybody getting robbed, he might ask that person if they can help.
It's just a little pigeon on.
Go find thieves.
And he can't speak. He just goes.
Yeah, he can't even send a message.
You didn't give him a message.
It's actually it's totally pointless what I
He's
did.
got the pigeon has another smaller familiar that he can send back to Chud.
The bike turns into.
I do want to prestidigitate it like a little Chinese fortune from fortune cookie, like around the bird's leg, so that when he gets there, it'll say, Lothario needs help.
That's it.
But it's so vague that it's probably not going to help
And
them.
on the other side, it has a bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
You know,
Your lucky numbers are.
I'll say that you can prestidigitate because it's like light and other minor illusions, and smells and stuff, and sensory illusions. So we'll say that Hudson can create a fireworks display when he gets there, an illusionary fireworks display that can say whatever you want it to say.
Oh, great. Okay.
But again, he doesn't know where it's going. And again, this purple pigeon may not get to the head of the Thieves Guild before being noticed or killed or so.
I want Chud to overcomplicate it. Like the fireworks display says, check the note on my foot. And then there's a piece of paper on his foot where Chud wrote more specific
And the
instructions.
fireworks display burnt it.
And then they keep on trying to call the number from the back. They're like, we couldn't get a hold of you. There's not even enough digits.
Hudson's just flying around, upset that he's now a pigeon, upset about this task that he's been given with incomplete instructions.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I say, most of my spells are for comedic purposes.
Yep.
And you do a wonderful job.
They're
Yeah.
fantastic.
A+, sir.
He didn't really want to message his mom anyways.
Yeah.
Well, FYI, you've only mentioned, because I've listened to the episodes, you just said kind of casually, well, I just saw my mom. Does anybody care about that? And nobody really followed up on that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
They may not know your mom's a part of the Thieves Guild.
Oh, that's true.
So we got 4 total. Tell them.
I think the pigeon flies off in the wrong direction, then he circles back around, he drops a little diarrhea on me, and then he keeps going.
Little celestial
That's just what I
diarrhea.
get for being an idiot.
I'm gonna roll for the load dropped.
Jesus.
It's not like I asked him to do it, but he's got a mind of his own.
It was a 9. A
On the
decent
shoulder.
spattering hits your shoulder. It's not. You're very tall. It'd be hard to notice.
Hey y'all, this is good luck. I think we're gonna get these demons now.
Gonk casts like a critical eye up at the sky. He's like,
You could have done better.
All right, so now we trudge over to find Gertrude, see if she's still laying in the gutter, and see if we can, so basically he's stealthing. I'm gonna turn invisible, and Kevin's gonna
I'm
hold his
invisible.
breath and turn invisible, and we're gonna all catch up.
Gonk will cover himself
Oh.
in empty cardboard boxes. And just cover himself in detritus. Like slowly he'll be like,
4 totals. Any minute now.
And
Gonks in a
Malison-
box. Solid snaking
solid
it.
snaking
Is
it.
Malison coming with us, or is Malison on the ship still?
On the ship.
Okay.
So I just cleared it, but I rolled an 18 and my stealth is 11.
Lothario, as soon as Lothario steps out the door swings one way, and you see him, and then it swings back, he's gone. Lothario is on the roof, in his own right, a very talented acrobat. He has parkoured up onto the roof, and he has made his way.
There was such a good roll that on his way to the roof, he had another threesome.
I went back to the room. But they were awake. All right? They were awake.
There was consent.
Collected his change, so to speak.
It was actually a foursome because they didn't realize the pillows weren't me until I walked in.
I am going to try and roll stealth just in case. There's no way in hell.
Can you fully go into your shell?
Yeah. I can fully go into my shell if I want.
So you can look like a
A
discarded
giant turtle shell
Yeah,
in the middle of
with little eyes.
in the middle of the alley. blink,
The-
blink, blink.
That 20.
Stealth?
Yeah. So he
sneaky
like
turtle.
secures himself into like some shadowy nook or something.
There's other turtles there just hanging out.
Gonk, like Michigan J. Frog, only moves and goes into action when nobody's looking. Like it's his box. It looks like it's being delivered to the inn or one of the other businesses in the merchant district. But every time nobody's looking, the box just moves a few more
Perfectly
feet.
camouflage.
Is that Amazon box moving on its own?
I could swear it was over
Oh,
there.
Cue the Metal Gear Solid.
All right, so we roll up on the location, which is only about a block away where we left Gertrude in the gutter.
But we still have a hard time finding her because there's just so much
She's
trash.
really well camouflaged as well.
As
I'm right here, guys. Where'd that noise come from? No, it's literally, I'm right in front of you. I'm squinting. Does anybody?
can't you smell the
waving my jelly hand. Can't you see it? No.
I like the predator.
I see like 3 people waving jelly hands. You got to be more specific.
Got like a lot of discarded jelly hands.
guys can't smell my menthols?
Menthol.
As everybody who is not Lothario and is on the roof takes a left and walks into the alley, they see the manhole cover. They see piles of refuse. They don't see any bystanders. But most of all, they don't see Gertrude.
They're also upset that it's not called a person hole cover.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
That's
I'm going to do a perception check.
Perception or investigation to see what happened.
Whatever you want.
Well, I'm doing perception just because I have a advantage on it.
There's a little bit of echo on the Rocky Talkie because he has it inside his shell, but Gonk is just like,
Did anybody see where Gertrude went? This is where you left her, right?
All right, I'll do investigation as well.
I'll add the echo sound effect.
thank you very much. It's
I have a 21 perception now.
Yeah.
Chud, from that roll, you can smell her cigarettes. It's not fresh though. It smells like somebody's been smoking here, especially the types of menthol cigarettes that Gertrude enjoys. It smells like somebody has been smoking maybe 5 minutes ago in this alley. There's not a great draft. You're able to, with your keen Furbolg senses, you're able to pick that light note.
Sal,
13, 13?
17 on the advantage.
I got an 18.
18? All right. Lothario, what you're able to see is it looks like right next to the manhole cover, it looks like something was dragged into the sewer and the manhole cover was placed back on top. You had a higher number? Slightly higher?
You know it's a person hole cover.
You know that from when last time you guys fought the demons, there was this heavy smell of sulfur and brimstone when you fought those chaotic creatures. You don't really smell that right now.
Oh, the game's on the other foot. Sounds like.
I guess we combine all our knowledge, right? I smell menthols.
I don't smell shit.
Guys, I smell with my eyes that there's something on that manhole cover.
And my hammer.
Well,
I'm smelling with my vision right now.
there was a heavy brimstone stank on them goat demons, and there ain't anything down here.
Maybe she was taken by something other than the demons. We better investigate this manhole cover.
Person hole.
Person hole.
Yeah, a little
Are we
bit more
sure she was
sensitivity,
taken
please.
and she didn't just wander off?
I suppose she could have, but
There's a bunch of look at the manhole cover. There's a
Can we,
bunch of
can we
scuffs on
try
it.
to call her?
can we call her on the rock?
You can.
Okay. Gertrude, are you there? This is Chud, if you didn't recognize the accent. The boys are up here, and where'd you go? It smells like you smoked about 10 cigarettes, but I know you're not one for walking. Where'd you go?
Yeah, your dudes are looking for you.
After waiting for about 5 to 10 seconds, you do hear a walkie-talkie squawk back, but you can only hear some light rustling or perhaps footsteps. It's hard to tell. It's very garbled.
Uh-oh.
I think she pocket dialed us.
There's no way to GPS track these walkie-talkies, right?
It's a pocket rocket.
Is there an app on here for Find Your Rock?
You hear another silent key come through with the same noise, same background noise you hear in the back.
Does the Rocky Talkies, when you send a message, they hear it regardless, right?
Yeah, it is very much like a walkie-talkie.
So could we use that to, like, someone keeps on talking on it, and then we can hear the ping or something like that.
If you had somebody enough ears out there, I could see that happening.
Okay. I say we open the manhole cover and go in there.
That's what we do.
Use the circlet person hole. I would use the circuit of telepathy to send a quick missive over to Mal, just to let them know that we are going down into the sewers, looking for Gertrude, who may or may not have been Eladrin napped. And just FYI. And they're probably just still striking the Captain Morgan on the bow of the ship.
Can we all fit down the manhole?
We're all medium-sized beasties.
You guys can absolutely go down to the sewer.
So that's what we do.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
go into
open
the
that
sewer.
sucker up, and I say,
Balash.
well, you know your way around the sewers a little bit, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I would. These sewers, right?
Well, I mean, he would, but you guys don't know that.
We don't know that. Does anybody know their way around the sewers?
Yeah, I think I can help us figure something out.
All right, I suppose you should take point.
What like locations of interest are connected to the sewers? Like, is there anything that we would, want to look for first, or are we just going down there and looking for trails?
Well, you know the sewers fairly well. You grew up there. There probably been some changes since you've left.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm asking you is what would be a good place to hold someone hostage in the sewers?
The sewers is a vast maze.
How close is this to the movie It? Are we looking for the well house?
Oh no!
Yeah,
I'm
I
scared.
don't want to go in there.
There,
Yeah, I don't want to go down.
There's the reservoir. There's the water filtration plant, and then there's the well of dark souls.
Oh, well of Dark Souls.
There's also a Starbucks.
Right next to a poopy river.
You and poop today.
you know that the Thieves Guild headquarters is down here, and you can almost think of that as its own little mini city. There's bazaars, there's places to trade. It's a place for like-minded scoundrels.
Probably a good place to get info if anyone knows what's going on down there.
You also know that there's the waterworks, which is where the water is distributed to the city. You also know that there's extensive construction that's been going on where people are installing those blue faux electrical lines.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse osmosis?
Exactly.
Sorry.
There are a lot of points in the sewer. There's the Thieves Guild graveyard on the south end of the...
I suggest that I think we should go down and look for immediate clues. If we don't find any scratches or whatever, we can head towards the Thieves Guild
Okay.
and see if anyone down there knows shit going on.
So, is this a perception roll or investigation roll?
When you guys get down there, when you get down to the sewers, it goes east and west. That's the tunnel that you're in right now. You can tell that something was dragged in the westward direction.
All right.
All right.
I vote we go west.
As you guys are traveling down the sewers, you guys are following what clues remain.
And clearly we're not invisible anymore. We've let that go.
Lothario can see several messages written in Thieves' Can, just minor directions. It'll say what quadrant you're in. Lothario can kind of use this as a reference. It'll also say messages.
Don't go to this coffee house, go to the other coffee house.
Exactly.
No parking on Wednesdays from
Yeah,
7 to 9.
exactly. Not this Denny's, the other Denny's. You don't want this Denny's.
street sweeping between.
You see things like reminding people if you're cutting through the sewers, that you may be asked to pay a tithe to the Thieves Guild.
Ooh, a troll toll.
Lothario, you notice there's actually been a bit of construction. Additional walls, place where there wasn't a wall. New tunnels that have been put in. Throughout much of the sewer, you see pulsing blue. They look like veins almost, the electrical lines going throughout the sewer. There's lights involved. It looks like there's been some major city work done down in the sewers.
Written in Thieves' Camp, there's this great big sign that says, your tax dollars at work.
Stop gentrification now. I guess we're still following the clues. We're still heading westward.
There is a point where you encounter a river in the sewer. You notice that the trail stops dead there.
Now, what kind of trail have we been following? Does it look like gears? Does it look like big feet? Does it look... I'm assuming something mechanical or...
Okay, roll me
Fairly
an
deep
investigation check. We're going to see how well you guys are at tracking things through sewage.
Crap.
14.
14?
19.
21.
19? Judging by the size of the foot and the size of the gate and even the style of boot, you would make a guess that the person who did this is Elven.
Oh, what a day.
A light step.
We met any other elves? Was that...
Is Gallagher Elven?
yeah, that's what I was
No, he's
wondering.
human. There have been some half-elves, barmaids and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think, with the exception of Gertrude, we haven't met any other
Nope.
elf folk.
So I'm guessing that he had like a boat or something hitched here.
How big is this river?
This is one of the major sewage outlets. This is where the water that supplies the town. This is where the diversion of that subset clears out the lines. This is a fairly sizable city next to a big river. So this underground portion of the sewer, probably looking at 20 feet across, and you can't tell how deep, but just looking at it, you can tell it's probably pretty deep, this little channel.
On the other side of the river, does the tunnel continue, or does it stop here and it's just either left or right with the river?
You can go left or right. There is a railing in front of you. You can go left or right to follow the river.
Parallel to the river.
Yeah, when you look, you can probably see every 200 or so yards, there's a metal bridge leading over to the other side.
And there's no clues as to which direction they went, left or right. Boys, you think we should split up? 2 of us go this way and 2 the other?
That's. Oh, sorry.
Kevin's actually enjoying this. He's laying in the water and he says, "You guys, we all float down here."
Gonk like immediately jumps in and sinks to the bottom.
Kevin and Gonk are covered in sewage.
I avoid that. Y'all think we should split up and go take 2 of us that way and 2 yonder?
That sounds like a plan.
Is that a bad idea? I know splitting up the party is a good way to get killed.
Gonk periscopes his neck out of the sewage and turds, and says,
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
Maybe we can all float on your shell.
Well,
Is there a current to the river? Does it go in a certain direction?
Yes, it heads south.
So if Gonk goes on the north end, and for whatever reason we have to meet up all together on the south, whoever's with Gonk can ride on the shell down to catch up to us.
if you, yeah.
Is it likely that they would go against the current, or do you think they would just jump in a boat and follow the
My
current?
instinct was follow the current.
Yeah, that's what I would think too.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I guess if we all go that way,
But that's what they want us to think.
if we go the other way, we could always talk on the phone and tell them.
I'm inclined to think against the current, but that's, I don't know. I'm
Me
just
and
talking
Lothario
out
think
the
with the
gut.
current, so we'll
Okay.
go that way.
I'll tell you what,
guys-
Gonk and I will go to the right against the current. We'll go right, and y'all go yonder. Y'all go to the
Yonder.
left.
We'll go to the
Yonder's
left.
left in this
To
world.
the
Yonder's
left.
left.
That's right.
Okay.
No
Stop.
left.
So we're going downstream, they're going upstream.
Gotcha,
You
gotcha. All right. So,
See you guys
do?
never.
Gonk and I are going to go upstream.
Okay.
Lothario and Kevin are going to go downstream.
Y'all
Gotcha.
run into any Goonies, you just leave them the hell alone.
Don't touch the Goonies.
they
Don't
never
look the
die.
Goonies in the eye.
No, no,
I mean, they die a lot, but they don't ever say it. They die.
nope, never.
From way down in one of the sewers, you hear "Cowabunga."
Oh, God.
Don't forget us.
I thought I'd escaped.
Are we going to walk along the edge of the river?
You guys actually do see floating in the water. They seem unfamiliar to you because, as we discussed earlier, this food has not been invented in this world, but you would know them as pizza boxes, just kind of every once in a while, floating in the water.
Our quarry draws.
Lothario and Kevin, up ahead, it just looks like this sewer just continues forever. They can just see row after row of occasional sewer outlet running into this main stream on their left, and on their right, bridges going to the other side, the far side of the river, and more of the same on the other side. They've traveled, they're looking for clues. They've traveled past 2 of these bridges, so they've gone 400 yards. It's at that point that Lothario hears a very familiar whistle.
I instinctively.
You know this is the opening of Flo Rida's whistle song.
God damn it.
You know exactly what this whistle is. And a matter of fact, you know exactly who is whistling it to because it is very distinctive.
Is this person holding a pigeon by chance? Are they holding?
Chud, give me a just general intelligence check. We're going to see if Hudson was able to, despite terrible instructions and no real plan going forward, was able to improvise a way to get the job done. And roll at disadvantage because it's a very difficult thing.
Oh, really?
It's your fastest brother, Wothario.
4 plus 4 is 8.
For his 8.
Or it could be your most destitute brother, Pothario.
This lady is holding a pigeon, and this pigeon has a hand crossbow bolt through it. Sneak into the Thieves Guild, shit happens. But you can always resummon Hudson. Hudson is not dead. Hudson is...
The sound you just heard was 4 different jaws hitting the ground, and aghast.
But I don't
Yeah.
know this happened yet, so.
But you hear over the Rocky talking, Hudson!
Yes, Lothario, you see your mother. She comes from around the corner. Anton and Blothario are there as well. She holds a dead bird. You have my number, and this is how you choose to communicate with me? By sending a bird? We did not. I thought, how do I know this wasn't some monster or some wizard? It is a purple bird.
I wanted to be like, Mom, where's the bicycle? This thing had a bicycle.
I look at Kevin like trying to with my mom behind me. I look at Kevin like rolling my eyes like I'm embarrassed.
You're rolling your eyes, aren't you? I know you're rolling your eyes.
Also, the bird is wearing a little red hoodie like Elliot from.
Oh, no. This is the worst.
Where's his ET?
It was only
sewer.
It was only after we shot him with the crossbow that he exploded the fireworks, and there was a message which referenced another message on his leg. Why not just have the fireworks do the same message? It is a waste of time.
We have a flair for theater in my group. I'm sorry, Mom.
I did not sign you up for acting lessons for this reason, and you need to get back to stealing.
Kevin, I'd like to introduce you to my mother. Mother, this is my friend Kevin.
She immediately changes her tone when she looks at Kevin. Her smile, a smile creeps across her face. She puts her arms out. Ay, mijo, come here. You kept my Lothario safe. Oh, I know you've done such a good job. You've kept him out of trouble. He needs somebody like you in his
Did
life.
Kevin start purring?
Oh, yeah, Kevin's purring. He gives her a big hug, and then when the hug breaks, he looks at Lothario and says, "She's much nicer than what you said."
She starts to take off her shoe. Like, what have you been telling them about me? Why are you in the sewers? Is this? I asked you to. I offered you a job. You have yet to talk to me about it. If I had known better that you went into the sewers to avoid your mother, this is so far from the Thieves Guild. I know you were in the sewer to deliberately try to avoid your mother.
Mama, calm down, please. Did you get the message or not? Oh wait, it was vague, right? It was.
What message?
Yeah.
It said you needed help.
Yeah, I need your help. We lost a friend. We lost one of our friends, and we're looking for it. And we had no time, so that's why we sent a rat with wings, a magical rat.
Incredibly cryptic, hard to understand.
Yeah. I didn't have time to think, Mom. I'm sorry. You know how I get.
I only had time to do this weird, dumb shit.
I get overwhelmed. I start telling my friends what to do, and then a pigeon on a bike just shows up. I've done this before. I'm sorry. It just happens when I get overwhelmed.
She has a look of just disappointment, and that look like, why are you killing your mother, Lothario, on her face. And
But she's still holding the chancla with her hand gestures.
I said she had a flintlock pistol and a holster. She actually has a chancla in a holster.
Flintlock chancla. She's ready to go.
She turns away from Lothario, clearly like, have I been such a terrible mother to him, Kevin? Have I been so terrible that he won't even call me, even when he needs help? Because a friend is missing, he refuses to call his mother, even though he knows
Be cool, Kevin.
that there is no better person who knows the sewer like the back of her hand,
Be
like her
cool,
mother.
Kevin.
Come up, Kevin.
Oh, yes, he said you were very terrible.
Smack. The chancla comes out of the holster. Roll me a dexterity check, Lothario.
Can I roll a run away from mom check?
I will count it as your dexterity check.
So 13 and...
Somebody wishes they went upstream.
I know. Chud and Gonk just hear the sound of battle coming from over it.
18
Shameful
dexterity.
smacks.
18. She gets the first good swing at you with the chancla that she's quick drew out of her holster. But Lothario, you dodge it, but you're already 3 steps away. And she kind of just takes 2 steps and turns back to Kevin. See,
Actually, anyone that knows chancla wielding mothers out there knows that if they miss, that angers them more.
Yeah.
And it gives them advantage.
An advantage on their next
Yeah, it
hit.
gives them advantage on the next hit.
I got, just because of the cat thing, Kevin just swatted at the chocolate reflexively, and he rolled a 19.
oh, so Kevin batted the chancla out of her hand.
That was what that was.
And that freezes me. Lario's like, oh.
Without missing a beat, she spins around her cloak in the wind as she reaches to her other holster to pull out her backup chancla because shoes come in sets of 2s.
You barefoot in the sewer?
She dual wields chocolate.
Oh, this is going to turn into that scene from the Blues Brothers where the nun is hitting them both in the head with the ruler at the same time.
I'm going to go and roll and see if she smacks Kevin because her goal is to smack Kevin's hand.
The sounds of battle are coming over the rocks. Gonk immediately turns to aid his friends, but Chud holds him back, going, "Ain't nothing to be done."
Yeah. She rolled a natural 20, so as soon as Kevin bats it, you just hear the sound of a smack, the sound of a rubbery soul shoe hitting flesh as Kevin takes 1 slap damage. Please, Miko, stay out of things that are not yours.
I'm sorry, it was just canon that Chud knew Chunkla marks. And so
Yeah.
So I figured
Is Chud Latin American too?
Well, no, but he's been to Mexico.
he recognizes the signs when he sees them.
I didn't realize till we split up, but both their names are sound effects, and that's hilarious.
Chud and Gonk? Oh, yeah. Gonk Chud.
That's great.
I don't know, I've never seen Batman punch somebody and said Chud.
What are those words?
Oh, season 1, episode 7. Yeah.
Kevin, really, has I been such a terrible mother? Why would you not call me? I gave him my number so he could call me.
Well, I just met you, and you've already hit me, so...
Do not touch the chunk. It was a hard lesson.
Right after he says that, I look at Kevin and I give him like a nod, like, he understands.
You guys should make up some lies or something.
So what are you doing down here? And where is the rest of your party?
They went the other way. We split up because they took our dirty trash friend.
Dirty trash.
Mom, they took my dirty trash friend, and even though we pretend we don't like her, we really care for her and we're worried.
They took the white trash lady.
We're pretending we don't like her?
You remember, you read about her in the reports, the Jelly Hands?
I have not heard about this. My scouts have reported the seeing a mysterious elven character down here in the sewers, but he was very elusive, very hard to track.
Was he alone?
Yes, I.
Because we followed his trail right up to the riverbed. That's when we split up, and we think he dragged her down here.
I will send my scouts out to find out more.
Gracias.
De nada, amigo.
Gracias, mama.
Wait.
He gives her the hug and a kiss on each cheek like Mexicans do.
Wait, where did your friends go? Which direction?
They just went the opposite way, down upstream. Right, they went upstream.
You must tell your friends to turn around now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That is the whole reason I have asked for your help was dealing with a problem that is down that way.
And then in front of her, I just easily grab the walkie-talkie and call my friends because
You should pretend it's out of batteries and borrow his.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, Chud and Gonk are going south down the tunnel. They are going for probably about 300 yards.
At one point, we pass a small spectral bicycle that floats down.
That looks mighty familiar.
It's charred.
That's an ill omen if I've ever seen one.
Trying to make Chud feel like that could be anyone's bicycle.
Eventually, as you're going, you hear the sound of heavy footsteps. You see light up ahead. It sounds like there's work being done in one of the tunnels to your right.
Okay, so we hear loud noises up ahead around the corner. I think it would behoove us to be invisible again.
Okay.
You got it.
I'm going to use that ability.
Gonk slowly looks down into the enormous river full of turds and sighs sadly.
Do you jump in?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a stealth check with advantage.
A 3.
So advantage 3.
With advantage. I'm going to toss that one out. And I got a 20, so I'll take that one. Take the nat.
Gonk becomes the turd. Gonk enters the dragon.
I am the turd.
Gonk's shell.
He's like Schwarzenegger in Predator, just smearing
He just takes a handful of turd, smears it across his face, across his chest.
Unfortunately, he also sits up and yells, "Kill me, I'm here!"
Grabs a torch.
Do it now! Do it!
Chud, you turn invisible.
I proceed quietly towards the noise.
As you proceed and you peek around the corner, you see 3 elite Warforged.
Hey Chud, can you hear me?
Okay. Immediately that noise. Immediately Lothario's words echo down the hallway. The 3 Warforged.
I love you, Sal.
I throw that rock.
hates you, but I love you.
I throw my rock in the river.
He skips it across the river.
Hey Chud.
The robots hear a Doppler effect.
And they start chasing after it.
No, they do not. They are on heightened alert.
Whoops.
It should be said that these are Warforged sentries, whereas Tifi is a Warforged, but is a
Soul infused.
5'2".
He's like a Warforged pansy.
These are like
That's it.
NFL linebacker Warforged. These are certainly combat models.
So they beat their wives.
So
big,
Tiffany's like a Warforged
huge.
accountant.
Yeah. It's like a peace forge.
There is a 4th Warforged that is much smaller doing technical work. Chud, what you could see,
They're combat models. He's a liberal arts model.
Yeah, because he's actually installing the blue lines that are there. These 3 Warforged have very impressive armaments. This is not a fight that you believe you two alone could win.
Don't listen to him, dude. You got this.
I'm having trouble. I'm gonna try gonks.
Donk's just in the river, just going, Donna. Donna.
It's the bass
And the
keys.
squawk happens, and he's like, oh, shit.
When that noise happened, when Lothario did that, all 3 Warforged went to a much more alert stance. They look like ED-209.
Eyes flick to red.
You have 20 seconds to comply.
Do I see any sign of Gertrude, the elf, or any other indication that they may have passed this way?
Roll a perception check.
May I do that as well?
Better.
Yes.
Call that an 8.
It is very difficult to see through that turdy water.
Mine was
By the way, you have pink eye now.
23.
Chud, with your invisibility, you scan everything that you can see. You do not see anything resembling an elven footprint or anything that looks like something that was roughly Gertrude's size dragged. You've also looked for any marks where she might have grabbed on with her robot arm, and you're looking for anything that would look like a metal arm bent something. You see nothing.
See nothing. Okay.
However, since you did roll it really well, I'll give you something. You notice that 3 elite Warforged, not the 4th one, not the liberal arts major Warforged, but the 3 linebacker,
Kappa
wife-beating, Kappa Sigma Delta Warforged, they actually have a symbol on their chest of the Black Order. Gonk, you know of it and you saw their presence, but you
I don't
you
have
really,
direct contact like these guys.
So,
Well, I make mental note of the Black Order insignia with the intention of letting the rest of the party know at the earliest convenience.
Gonk, I believe you were squawked.
I was.
Is your walkie-talkie underwater?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well then
It's-
you probably couldn't hear it.
Okay. Just bubbles.
One of the Warforged, all those bubbles that I see coming from the water.
Farting is like each bubble's an extra.
Why was I cursed with olfactory senses?
Well, I back up and slowly walk back towards my rock that I threw down the hallway in the other direction, away from them.
Okay.
Try to retrieve my rock and then call these guys and warn them with a whisper that this is happening.
What kind of check should we have to roll them to see if he finds his rocks that he threw?
Oh.
I would imagine like a perception check.
Yeah.
Make it
Yeah.
pretty damn hard.
I'm going to say just not an advantage, because the advantage that it provides is offset by the disadvantage of throwing it into a dark sewer.
Well, I rolled poorly. I rolled a 5, but I have a +9, so I have 14 with perception.
14?
You find a rock.
Yeah.
It's not.
The 14 with Lothario helping, Lothario still calling, you'd see a rock. This rock was shiny like onyx.
Okay. And I skipped it so perfectly across the surface.
You can see a rock. It is sinking further into the sewage. It is
Okay.
traveling with the current, but because of the reflective surface on the rock,
Like Artax in Neverending Story.
Perfect.
Can I levitate it to myself so I don't have to dive into this shitty water?
let me see the spell you got. What are you using?
I don't think I have that.
Damn it, you've called my bluff.
Can I use Tensor's floating disc?
It would create a little platform.
Or even create the disc underneath the rock and lift it up to me?
There we go.
I'm going to do that. So I cast that. Floating disc, or Tensor's floating disc. They're
Go ahead and give me a general dexterity check. This is just to determine how many attempts it takes you to.
Or you can just point it out
get
to
it out.
Gonk.
well, my first roll.
or ask Gong to get it.
And he pulls a Lady of the Lake and like lifts it out of the.
Well, I just don't want to
turd
make any
water.
noise. That's the thing. I don't want to alert these guys, so I was just trying to get it quietly. But I rolled a 1
A 1?
on my first attempt, and then a 10 on my second attempt to
With-
float.
With a 1, I'm sorry. You missed. That Rocky Talkie's floating away.
I run after it, and I guess I have to fucking dive in and get it. God.
Okay, Chud dives in and gets it.
So I retrieve the rock, and then I whisper into it to these guys. I say, Lothario, that was poorly timed. But listen, there's a bunch of big-ass warforges up here, and they got an insignia on them that looks like it's something about a Black Order. I don't know the significance of that, but Gonk and I are probably outmatched by these 4 warforged, 3 of them looking like they're real tough. One of them, not as much, but
The 4th one looks a little bit teethied, if you know what I mean.
it's a little teefy-like. The other 3
not
are much
nearly as
bigger.
pretty, though.
I want Lothar's response to just be, hello? Like he didn't catch any.
New rock, who did?
Oh no, yeah. Can you make it the sound of like when you're like you drop your phone and you're picking it up. Hello, sorry. Well, who's this? Sorry, I just got this thing. I'm still trying to figure out.
This is Gonk and
I can't
Chud.
tell. Oh, what's up, guys? Yeah, I was just trying to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
What do you?
Gonk, you got to check your phone, man. I was trying to call you too.
Have I got missed
Rocky.
messages on this? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I don't know, man. This new technology to me. So.
Well, I know how bad you are with the phone, and that's why you couldn't call your mom and all that. But yeah, we need your help or some kind of advice, or I guess did you find anything on your end? Down here, we just got some giant robots.
I looked down at his dead bird.
Did you happen to see Hudson anywhere? Have you located my bird? I sent him off to the Thieves Guild, but I ain't heard back.
Should be around there somewhere.
I want you to know that Hudson's a good boy.
It was strange. About 10 minutes ago, I felt a deep disturbance in the force. Almost like a pigeon might have been speared.
Yeah, like he heard this like painful squawk, and then silence.
Kevin gets his rock to be part of the. He's like, Lothario, should we tell him the bird is dead?
What? My bird!
Oh,
Thank God it's celestial. And then can it just turn into stardust in her hand? Like,
That exact thing happens.
There's like there's an awkward beat, and then Gonk just like looks up at Chud and goes, "Hawkward."
awkward. That's pretty good, actually.
As the hawk disappears in her hand, Lothario's mom is, what the hell was all of the point of all of this? Also, you don't have to call your mother. And you can hear that
just
on your
explain to your mama there that your friends have
We'll be
a
right
flair
there.
for the dramatic when it comes to wizard bullshit.
I say, I may have gone overboard with the wizard bullshit this time. But regardless, did you get my first part of the message? There's some giant freaking war forges down here with Black Order insignias on them.
As soon as your mother hears that coming from the end, they are Bardo, tell them they must fall back. They must come this way. She is very concerned for your friend's safety.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
They don't look that tough. I'm pretty sure we can take them.
Gonk wants to take them.
Take him where?
He wants to Pound Town.
Yeah.
Fountain.
To
Fountain Abbey.
Fountain.
Pound Town Abbey with Chihuahua. I guess we're gonna swim some laps and get back down there. Gonk, let's mosey.
All right. I'm gonna Michael Phelps on over to where all y'all's are. We'll just go against the current.
Can I prestidigitate a paddle and jump on him and then paddle like it's a
Yeah, you guys
canoe?
are upstream, right?
We ride the current. Is there is enough room for Chud on Gonk's back?
Oh yeah.
Turtles are very sizable shells. We've actually said that Gonk has a larger than average shell, to which he blushed.
Probably he's a great swimmer too, I would think, being
He
turtle.
actually is, and he can hold his breath for an hour. So he's
Okay.
actually pretty well, conditioned for living in ship water. So he'll be just fine.
So I want to do the thing where you surf but you're standing up.
Paddleboarding.
Paddleboarding, yeah, on Gonk and ride him down the river.
You prestidigitate a lightsaber-esque paddle that can't interact with the water, but it certainly creates.
It looks
the
Makes you feel good.
More
And we
wizard
have
bullshit.
no way of knowing where the turtle's shell is
Hey,
flowing,
the Gonk is flowing.
but the rollers keep on rolling.
Sorry.
So we try to make a hasty retreat and hope that they don't hear us getting out of there.
You guys fell far enough back. Gonk's in the water, and you're on his back. You're probably not making a lot of noise above the sound of the running water.
A lot of dead bodies down here.
Lothario's mom, upon finding out you were close to the Warforged in the direction, she actually kind of starts jogging, and Lothario and Anton follow her.
Me and Lothario run the other way.
They got it.
So I guess we're all going to meet up somewhere in the middle here.
Yeah.
She doesn't recognize Gonk, I don't think, but she recognizes Chud from scouting reports. She says, I believe that is your friend, correct?
Yeah, you might know me from such films as The Big Lebowski and Roadhouse.
She signals to Anton. Anton stands on one of the bridges, the closest one to you, and drops a rope.
Great. We climb out of the river. The river of shit.
Gonk emerges, slightly turdy and shakes himself off.
Did you not tell your friends that the water here is not clean? Have they never been in the sewer before?
We're all trying to disguise ourselves like Gertrude.
Yeah.
Just because...
I went so far as to give myself hepatitis.
Yeah, I believe I got E. coli.
I have lived in the sewers and worked in the sewers for most of my life, and...
Never gone swimming?
I got F. coli and G. coli.
Got a lot of colis.
Oh, mijos. Please, come to the Thieves Guild. Allow me to clean you
Kid,
boys up.
Hose us down like the wolf in Pulp Fiction.
All right, yeah.
like many chancla-wielding moms, is incredibly warm and open and inviting to all of Lothario's friends as she invites you all to get cleaned up.
Well, she seems delightful.
She's
I don't know what
nice.
You boys look so hungry. Please, can I cook for you?
I'd love some menudo.
All right. I love Menudo.
The band.
Do you have any Jet as well? Sorry, that's another 80s band that I love tremendously.
I thought that you were referring to the lifestyle magazine that is a small The Jet magazine. we
Yeah,
have
we-
several old back issues of Jet magazine.
But yeah.
I'm an ebony man myself, but all right.
We have ebony as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take you up on that if it comes with a complimentary towel.
Please. She looks over at Anton, and Anton takes off his cloak. It's not a special cloak, and throws it at you guys. And he actually, the way he's holding his nose when around you guys, you could tell he was.
So we wipe sewage off onto this man's cape. I got sewage in places there shouldn't be sewage.
Oh, you do?
I do.
You do a shower montage?
You guys are whipping each other. Lothario's mom beckons you to follow her. Allow me to describe. Thank you. You saw the Warforged back there, did you not?
But
I did. Yeah, they had insignias on them that said the Black Order, B.O. I thought it was just their body odors.
But we did not see the captains of one of our ship. We were looking for a rather skeevy-looking Eladrin.
Kevin jumps in, looking at the mom. She's not the captain.
My son, who refuses to call his mother, was telling me that you were looking for that elven lady. How you say the white trash member of the group?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. But yeah, we've been having some rock problems when it comes to family contact. You don't want to lay that at the foot of Lothario. It ain't his bad.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
So you are the reason he has not called his mother.
Maybe.
Is this something you?
It's more of a technical difficulty. We got a lot of drop calls with these rocks.
Careful, she might hit you.
Oh no!
Touching the chancla means you get hit with the chancla.
I would
It's a
never
chancla-able
dare.
offense.
I would never deign to touch another woman's chancla.
There are several rules with the chancla. For example, once I draw a chancla, I cannot put it back till it is drawn blood.
His head like retracts back into it. He's just like two eyes blinking, like the freaking turtle from Ramanut.
Oh, I don't like her. She's scary.
I am a loving lady. I just need you to believe that there will probably be violence if you anger me. But please, you are such good boys, except for the one who doesn't call his mother. Please, those warforged that you saw, you were wise to not engage them. And the Black Order, upon saying the Black Order, she spits. Yes.
One of them was putting up lights. One of them was the small one seemed to be applying the blue veiny lights to the walls.
That is what we thought. But the lights for that supply this new age of power and innovation, those lines have been installed for a while, and they were installed in levels of the sewer above this one. We do not know what they are installing this. We have contacts all over the city, and whatever they are doing, City Hall has no idea.
Oh, wait.
I'm going to try and do an insight check
Yeah.
here. Not bad. Okay.
By the way, you got my bird ashes. And no hard feelings. I mean, I can conjure another one, but
He'll remember the death.
I know. He remembers every single one. Not pleasant for him. I'm sorry that you had to
They
shoot
just
my
disappear
bird.
on the spectral flash.
I mean, were you threatened by an extra fat diarrhea-laden pigeon?
She's like, oh, we didn't have to shoot him. He was actually hanging out with us, and we just
Why'd
decided.
you shoot him? I mean, did you see the fireworks?
We hide down here in the sewer to not be caught, mijo. We do not want to be found when all of a sudden a bright bird comes out of nowhere.
If I were to send a different creature, would that have been better?
I apologize greatly for the actions of my men who shot their bird. Perhaps some of them could be jumpy. Even amongst the relaxing environment that we call the sewer, occasionally something can startle one of them. And
Do like a fun little musical number right there.
No, it's fine. He can take a shot. He's all right.
I know what it's like to have my heart broken because my son does it every day. He does not call me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I completely understand what it is like to have your heart broken by somebody so careless about your feelings.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you understand. You know, you got a high-level amount of guilt you've been throwing around, but it's cool. I'll just recreate him, and I conjure him up again, but this time he has a cough because he got shot through his chest. So he's like, he's like that wheezy, the thing from Toy Story that.
She sees the bird eye and she pulls out some.
She pulls out an arrow and shoots it again.
And she jumps. Oh my God, the bird is alive! And she shoots it with a. She pulls out some jerky that she had on her person and holds her hand out for Hudson.
I hope that ain't beef jerky, because I take offense.
Oh,
Awkward.
I'm sorry.
You shoot my bird, you offer it beef. I got a paper cut here if you'd like to rub some lemon or lime
It's actually
in it.
beyond jerky.
It is actually rat jerky. Is it
No
not
pile
wrong?
is jerky, man.
No, it's cool. I'm just more wizard bullshit. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll eat the jerky.
No, I do
Everything's
not
cool.
want to offend you with
it's
this rat jerky.
Nothing really offends me. What do you think we should do about that Black Order? Are we going to go up and scrap with them, or?
Why would the Black Order? Yeah. Why would they want to install more of this high-tech, newfangled electrical, what have you?
That is exactly why I wanted my son. Why I asked him to call me. Because the job that I was going to give him would have answered this question.
Seems
and
like
probably
not calling
many
your
others.
mom was the biggest mistake we've ever made in this entire podcast.
I could not agree with you more, Mr. Chutt.
I'm going to call my mom right
7
after this.
plot
just
points at
because.
once.
Would have been too easy. Like the God code.
I'm comfortable with what we did.
I don't use cheat codes.
We have tried many times to stop them, but we have lost several thieves.
Well,
Not
why
all-
would you want to stop them? What are they trying to accomplish?
Well, first off, we have...
Kevin wants to, when you say try to stop him, Kevin, have you tried hitting them with a hammer?
No, we have not. Perhaps this is why we brought you on board. We have deals worked out with the city. We do not interfere with things business. The city tolerates us because we do much of its dirty work. We help the wheels of the economy spin, as it were. If a merchant is not playing ball, if there is a new game in town that is disrupting things, perhaps the city asks the Thieves Guild to do something about it. It is one of the many functions we serve here in town. And so the city knows.
Cool.
So the city gives us respect and tolerates our presence, provided we do not get out of line. And so they know to never send somebody into our territory without warning us first. And certainly never sending something into our territory that would attack us for defending our territory or simply approaching. No, these are not standard warforged. In fact, that they carry the symbol of the accursed Black Order tells me that there is something far more sinister, probably involving that bastard Mercutio.
All right, well...
So they're doing imperial dirty work, it sounds like.
We do not know what the purpose. From what we've learned of these lines, it does not take much to transmit power. The ones that they are installing, they are much bigger, thicker lines. We believe that whatever they are building, this is meant possibly to supply a great amount of energy to...
They're monster cables.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever inspected the lines?
Inspected the lines? No. The only thing I did was peep them giant waffles. They was some tough-looking hombres.
They were. We could beat it out of them. Should we go up there and...
The Thieves Guild has many contacts throughout the city. It would not go well to make enemies for us two with the Black Order, but an independent contractor such as yourself.
What do you say, boys? You think the four of us could take the four of them?
Well, we have to fill out a 1099.
We may not be up to this task by ourselves, then. You think that we should get some more help to fight these guys?
I would...
Will our heroes
Meanwhile...
She looks at the four of you.
It's just Gertrude floating down the river.
Well, we need to find Gertrude.
Gotta
we
do
need
something.
Because I feel like they've absconded with her.
Yeah, they have.
Also, there has been another curious thing in the sewer as well.
The four turtles, right?
Yeah, the four turtles and the shredder.
We heard about them.
We know all about them.
Yep.
4 turtles?
Distinctly different. Four
turtles. You don't need to play coy. We know all about them. We saw their tracks up above in the city. We've been tracking them all over. They've been laying waste to all manner of itinerant vagrants.
And they're clearly unique, so we've given them all nicknames.
She's gonna roll.
Michelangelo.
Precisely. Well, one of them's Don, one of them's Mike. You know, we're getting to know them a little bit.
Such pedestrian names, Don and Mike for turtles.
There's a Leo.
Leo, that is more classic.
Well, he seems more like a Capricorn to me, but all right.
She rolled an insight check into Gonk, trying to get a read on him because Gonk is providing information in her home territory that she has had, so she believes he's joking.
Yeah, and some horrible creature shredding everybody, just shredding them up.
She rolled a 9 in her insight check, so she at least believes that you believe what you're saying.
Absolutely.
So wait,
Four vigilante turtles.
so the
making their home somewhere here in the rat-infested sewers of your city.
Perhaps one of them is training them.
I have heard.
Inside check. Hold on.
Inside check.
No, that's bullshit. No. Are you kidding?
I was.
Hanging around a bunch of rotted wooden no, they get a splinter or something.
That's true.
That would be ridiculous.
I have not heard anything about these turtles, but the shredding. I have heard of something like this.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the turtles were here. We saw pizza boxes go by.
that's right.
They love
Fantasy pizza boxes.
She looks at Lothario. Pizzas? Is this a new food that you've discovered and failed to tell me about in your phone calls?
I didn't even know there was a food. I thought that they just made the boxes.
No, I think
there's
it was
a
just
food that goes in there?
Somebody just did it for fun.
Boxes, yeah.
We suspect these turtles are young adults and they may have been mutated.
Yeah, adolescents most likely.
I think they're
like
teenagers.
myself.
Mutated, or would they look similar in appearance to your friend here?
Yeah, but they got some martial arts abilities. They might be ninjas.
Well, I can't speak for that, but I
think
do
they might be
believe
teenage
they had exactly
mutant
the same size track as
ninja.
I did. Exactly. So I would say they're in the mid-50s. So they are definitely adolescent, perhaps mutated, and maybe even monastically inclined, since it was in a monastery that we found them. They were monk turtles.
Perhaps our scouts have gotten lazy and have missed this phenomenon. We will search it out for you, Mr. Kong. We will find these turtles if they exist in the sewers.
Yeah, don't knock yourself out with that. But I think if you do come across a real rough-looking gal, that's probably Gertrude.
Yeah, that's definitely Gertrude.
I will.
If you find a woman that looks like a turtle outside their shell, that's most likely
Could
Gertrude.
be her.
Yeah.
All right, I will tell my scouts to keep an eye out for
That's
an
been
elven.
starving itself for about 3 years.
And their hand is made of some sort of preserves.
And she's got this wiggly hand. It's just, it defies description.
She smokes a lot. She's been trying to use the gum, but you probably...
This
Cools.
She just swallows
She just smokes cools all the time.
this woman sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
You know her.
I have kept tabs on my darling that never calls me, and so I knew about his friend. I knew about you too. You, my son's total friend, have been an unexpected delight. Minus your odor at the moment, I have been very happy to meet my son's friend.
None taken.
But you mentioned a
He
shredding.
blushes a deeper shade of green.
You mentioned a shredding character.
Yeah. I can't tell if they're in league with the turtles or what, but there is definitely a dodger.
This is the first time hearing about your turtle thing, and she looks at Chud and kind of like gives a knowing.
Yeah,
like,
give him a little wink.
she looks back.
I don't worry about him catching on because he won't.
But she says, but for this shredder, there has been a beast roaming here. I believe it is summoned. It has been summoned. It has killed people on the surface, and it is on the northern end of the sewer, very far. We sent scouts out to investigate, and we found some very cult action up there.
Is this different than them demons?
It looked like they were Baal worshippers or Baal worshippers, depending upon where you're from.
Yeah. Yeah, they kneel in front of balls. I got you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Prostrate themselves in front of all.
Yeah.
Anton speaks up. When I was doing my scouting on there, I saw them on their knees worshipping Baal. It was a disturbing sight to see, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
He just Antoned his mother.
Speaking of a disturbing sight, here's your cloak back.
Mighty swell of you, mate, but you can go ahead and keep the cloak. I think I gave it to you. You can burn it if you need.
Okay, I'll probably just give it to Gertrude. She'll like this garment.
It's refreshing for her, anyway.
To help her dress up to homeless next time.
Next time she needs to dress up.
Yeah.
Lothario, you know that you're fairly close to the Thieves Guild now. You're seeing all the signs in Thieves' Cant. You're actually seeing a couple of the thieves' hiding spots up there. You're not giving them away. They're on guard duty. Just then, you see a figure. You know this run to be that of your brother, Jothario.
Little bitch brother.
yeah.
Embarrassing. Yeah.
Aye, Mama, you were gone far too long. Did you bring me anything? Because she runs up and showers her son. Oh, Jothario, breath kisses.
And then immediately pulls out a tit and feeds him. Because he's that fucking far gone.
Pulls out some celestial magic dust that Hudson turned into. Of course, I got you this magic dust. It is purple. It looks pretty. And gives it to Jothario.
Used to be My best friend.
A single tear falls down Gonk's scaly cheek.
And your friend's watching him, his essence getting consumed. He's like, he's alive. You reanimated him, right?
True. Yeah, I did.
Hudson's there. Yeah, Hudson's watching the essence hit his corpse essentially be given.
Just the head tilt that all birds give.
Yeah, so as she's breastfeeding Joe Thario.
Oh, that doesn't need to be canon.
Joe Thario looks over and sees you. Despite the fact that you do view him as the bitch brother, he does look up to you as his older brother.
Yeah, so I have to be.
Lothario! It's been so long. I'm 21 now. We can drink together. Let us go get the drink.
Yeah,
He's 21.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, 21. You grew up so fast, hermano. Come here. And I just look at you guys like embarrassed as I'm hugging him.
I'm definitely glad we got rid of that breastfeeding part then.
Yeah, yep.
He gives you a big hug, turns around and says, please allow me to treat my brother and his friends. Allow me to show you the Thieves Guild. Allow me to get all of you drunk on me.
You mean on mom's money. All right, yeah.
Mom, can I have 20 pieces of gold to take Lothario and his friends out?
Gonk immediately starts like looking around anywhere but this little kid. He's like,
Oh my God.
He's
so
21.
embarrassed.
Of course, Jothario, of course. Oh, mi mijo, ay que lindo. And she pinches his cheeks. Make it 30 gold. And puts 30 gold in Jothario's hand.
I think he's the youngest.
He is the youngest. Says, ay, mamá, I love you. Besitos, he says, and gives really corny kisses to his mom and turns around and putting on his best cool face.
Yep,
All
immediately
right, let us tear up this town, he says.
Let's get some cheeks.
I just like to take a shower first. And that's all right.
He's still covered in shit and he's offering you to buy you drinks.
Yeah. I'm not the
Can't
best
you just
wingman
press
for you right
digitate
now.
all the shit water off?
Could I press the
Yes, that is actually the first
for use of
Legitimate.
legitimate prestidigitation use. You could actually clean yourself up.
I think I cleaned up him and his clothes when I peed on him,
Yes,
too.
you did.
Okay, well, I'll
when did you pee
prestidigitate
on
the...
him? Oh my God.
I wasn't even here for it, but yeah. When he's not here, he gets a threesome when I'm not here. I prestidigitate Gonk and I clean.
Excellent. And with that, you two are ready to hit the town and explore the Thieves Guild, which again is more like a mini city. And that's probably as good of a place as any to end the episode. All right, let's get some plugs. Kevin, where can people find you?
At Sharkodile on Twitter and Instagram.
He gets lonely. And anytime any one of you can just reach out and send a picture of your genitals to Sharkodile,
I will forward that straight on to Damian.
I'll be upset if you don't. Jesse Egan, do you have any shows coming up? Where can people
I
find you?
have shows coming up, and you can see them all on my website, jesseegan.net, or check me out on all social media at Jesse Egan Comedy.
Caleb Cleveland, where can people find you? And plug something so I don't have to for you.
You got it. You can find me all over social media at Caleb is Drawing. And if you are so inclined, if you know somebody who plays Dungeons & Dragons, if you play Dungeons & Dragons, or if you have any interest in the game at all, feel free to check out my children's book that I wrote with Ivan Van Norman. It's the ABCs of ABCs of D&D and the 1, 2, 3s of D&D. They are picture books intended for children, but people of all ages can enjoy them.
Salvador Viesca, where can people find you?
I'm Salvador Viesca on Twitter, and I think Salvi Haha on Instagram. I think.
I hate giving Salvador compliments, but I'd go ahead and follow him on Twitter. He's pretty witty on there. He's worth a chuckle or two. I mean, even if you hate this podcast, you should still follow Salvador Viesca on
His
Twitter.
Facebook jokes are fantastic.
Same as with Kevin, if you want to send pictures of your genitals, Lothario,
I'll take genital
Salvador
pictures.
is very down.
I frame all genital pictures.
In the form of a question. And I have been your Dungeon Master, Damian Mercado. If you'd like to reach out to the show, please do so at awfuldnd on both Twitter and Instagram. And again, if we messed up the rules or anything, we are very sorry. Thank you so very much for listening. If you want to support the show, please leave a 5-star review and a comment on any of the podcast platforms that you employ. We see our numbers growing, and we have you guys to thank for it. Our Patreon will be up soon, as will our website. Thank you so very much, guys. Later, nerds.
Bye.